Good morning. It's Friday, March 1st. And I'm frustrated this morning because I read an article that indicates that we are not moving quickly enough to resolve the problem that has been presented to us by Donald Trump's actions on January 6th and other places. So we need to have a resolution on whether or not he can run for office in November. And the one institution that could affect that resolution is the Supreme Court of the United States. But they, in their infinite wisdom, are diddling around with this subject. They have set a trial date of April 22nd to resolve the issue of whether or not Donald Trump falls victim to Amendment 14, Section 3. Now, why do they have to wait for 6 weeks? Are they in the middle of more important cases that affect the lives of millions of people in this country? The answer to that question is obviously no. But it's ridiculous that the court knows the importance of this issue and that they set a trial date for 6 weeks away. And then there will be appeals, etc., and we will have nothing done. And the problem with having nothing done is that Donald Trump will be allowed to run for office. And there's a good chance he'll win because the nation is so divided. And the Republican Party has a small division, but they're still standing by Trump. And the leaders of that party are scared shitless of Donald Trump. He's not in office. He's out of office, and he still controls what they're doing. And then we have millions. Half the voting population appears to be on his side. So the country is in dire straits. And we should have a decision before April 14th or whatever that date is. It's not fair to the country. It's not fair to allow this thing to linger. This is a crisis, a constitutional crisis. It will set the tone for what happens in this country for hundreds of years from now. And nobody gives a shit. Or at least they think they're doing the right thing by waiting. What's the point of waiting? And then summer vacation will be looming and the court will take off at the end of June or something like that. So rest assured, if they're waiting till April and then appeals start coming in and delaying tactics will happen and they'll go away in the summertime and do whatever they do all summer long. These are critical times. We need people willing to work their ass off to get this thing resolved. And we don't have it. And unfortunately, the Supreme Court doesn't even have a code of ethics. There should be something that says we must do certain things in emergencies, and we must not do certain things. But they don't have anything like that. So it's ridiculous how many cases of this importance are sitting on their desks. Zero. But they are going to delay and delay and delay. Bad enough that Donald has been able to use the legal system with its delaying tactics all of this time. Everything is being delayed. But that the Supreme Court is helping him is a disgrace. The Supreme Court's decision to hear Donald Trump's claim that he should be shielded from any criminal prosecution will keep the justices of the Supreme Court at the center of this whole argument for as long as it takes. And in this election year, this controversy will last for several more months at least. And the country's highest court, they want the final word on the former president's claim to immunity. Even if that claim ultimately may affirm a comprehensive ruling of the lower federal court that rejected Trump's claim, why can't they get this thing done fast? Would it be a disgrace for the Supreme Court to agree with the lower court? No, that's what they're there for. This announcement took too long to make because filings on the case have been sitting there for a couple of weeks. And so the delay is suggesting to me that the differences among the justices have to be handled. And they probably had to sit down and kick this around for a couple of days before making this decision on April 22nd. But I believe that even though it's going to be April 22nd, it's still going to run against the closing of the court at the end of June. They're not intending to work past the end of June. So it's a tenuous situation. But the court seems determined to let the calendar run this way. And they also seem determined to make a decision by the end of this court. Because they don't work in the summertime. They're not going to hang around to solve this problem. They have to get it done by June 30th or thereabout. Or else it's going to not happen again until maybe in October when the court opens its doors again. And we as a nation cannot afford to diddle around with this case. This case deals with the heart of our democracy. We cannot let a president or any other person use a criminal scheme to overturn an election and then declare immunity. How insane is that? Yes, the question of immunity is a very difficult question to settle. But even if it was settled, you cannot use immunity to escape the evil deed of overthrowing a legitimate election, of trying to defend going to court 60 times to claim false election actions. And each of those times you went to court, the case was thrown out. So while the president is entitled to immunity, some deeds can never be considered under that rule. There are certain things that just supersede any relation to the presumption of immunity. Immunity is for little things, perhaps, that benefit the country. Immunity should not be used to the benefit of one who perpetrates an evil deed. And so I leave you with that question. How strong should presidential immunity be? Where does one draw the line? And under our legal system, with its twists and turns and constitutional references, that is a very difficult question to answer. But clearly, Donald Trump should not be asking for immunity for the heinous crime that he committed on January 6th and for the heinous crime that he continues to perpetrate to the American people. So I leave you with that this morning. Have a great day.